It's arguably one of the most contested fixtures in the history of the English Premier League, pitting Manchester United against Liverpool. A match which will be played at Old Trafford Stadium. Remember that Manchester United is the most successful team in the history of the English Premier League, having amassed 20 English Premier League titles, and it's closely followed by its nemesis Liverpool, which has 19 English Premier League, making them the first and the second most successful team in the history of English Premier League. And of course, they'll be meeting this time round in the first leg of the English Premier League season 2024-2025 at Old Trafford. Remember that now Liverpool have a new manager in the name of who has so far guided Liverpool to 2 consecutive wins coming into this season, and of course is going to meet Erik ten Hag, who has had a mixed fortune in his 2024-2025 season, having won one match and of course losing the other match. And of course I have Coach Manish here on set, and he's going to help me break down all the details for you concerning this high-stake match between Liverpool and of course Manchester United. Coach Manish, welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure to be in this show.
Always a pleasure to have you on set, Coach Manish. And before we move on, remember to view, like, subscribe and share, and of course drop a comment on the comment section down below. Let's get interactive across all social media platforms, and on Facebook I'm at Molo Collins. Let's keep the conversation going. Well, let's get the show started. Coach Manish, and Manchester United is coming into this match a wounded team, considering in mind that they lost against Brighton last weekend, coming to this high-stake match, of course, against Liverpool. What's your take concerning this match?
Now, according to me, I see it as if it has come early, and I think Manchester at the moment are preparing a squad for this season, and they haven't yet gelled, because given by the way they've been playing the 2 games, it seems as if, as you said, it's a mixed reaction. So you don't know what to expect. But then at the moment, Liverpool are at the top, and Man U are trying to find their footing. So it's a kind of a mixed reaction to that.
Well, coming to this match, you think that Erik ten Hag has an upper hand, keeping in mind that Ancelotti has just joined Liverpool for season 2024-2025. Does this give Manchester United an upper hand in this match, considering that Manchester United is at home against Liverpool?
Yeah, given that they are wounded and they have lost 1 game, now I think it's up to ten Hag to prove critics wrong. So he'll try to win this game with Liverpool at the helm, because Liverpool have given their intention, and they have won the 2 matches that they had. So I do believe it is a match that will determine the character of the 2 teams, and it's always fair when Liverpool and Manchester meet, because, as you said, they are the best team in England, and it's always a clutch match between these 2 teams. So I do believe we've got a very big buy-in for this game, and according to me, I think ten Hag has a point to prove, given that he is at home and he is wounded. The last game he lost to Brighton, so I think he just have to come gun blazing. Yes.
Well, Manchester United has to come gun blazing in this match, which will take place, of course, in the Super Sunday at Old Trafford Stadium. Now, let's move on to ten Hag. We've seen that ten Hag has had mixed fortunes, especially this season, and is the same tactician who managed to bundle Liverpool out of the FA Cup quarter-finals last season and went all the way and won his first FA as Manchester United. Do you think that ten Hag should really apply the same tactics that he used last time to beat Liverpool in the Premier League, considering that also this season they met in the pre-season and Liverpool managed to come out victors? Coach Maish, your take on that?
Now, tactically, I think more than ever, Ten Hag is always good when it comes to playing with the big teams. I think the problem with Ten Hag is when he is approaching the team that are not performing, so he has a problem. But then when it comes to big team like Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal, he's got a very good preparation and he's got a very good tactic going forward. So I do believe this time around, if he applies his tactics well, I think he'll just come out the winner.
Well, Anslot, going by the sentiments of Coach Maish, if we really manage to apply his tactics well, then he can have a very positive result at Old Trafford Stadium. Now, Coach Maish, coming this month, we see that Liverpool have the momentum heading to the season 2024, of course 2025, having won 2 consecutive matches and Manchester United have not. Do you think that Liverpool has an upper edge coming into this match against, of course, Manchester United?
Given by the way Liverpool are playing, they have won the last 2 matches on 2-goal difference, and they haven't even conceded any. So I think to that you just have to give credit to Slot. He's a good coach, and I think he is compact even in his defense, and he has shown that he can score. But then Manchester, right at the moment, we have just scored 2 goals, and I don't think that one is a good report. But then given that we have a new striker, that one also is also prerequisites to just test and see if people are, the striker will gel. But then at the moment, I think they are having a problem coming out, and having watched the 2 games, Manchester still haven't come of age or haven't had time to gel, and that one tells you, even in the pre-season games, I think I do believe they were beaten by Arsenal and they were beaten by Liverpool. So it shows that the preparation weren't really according to the plan. So going by that, now I think Ten Hag has too much work to do.
Well, going by the sentiments of Coach Maish, of course, Manchester United have not come out of the block really well this season. But now let's go and touch at the defense of Liverpool, which is marshaled by the very experienced Van Dijk and, of course, Konate in that centre half. Do you think that it would be a big problem for Manchester United to try and penetrate that watertight defense of Liverpool, which so far has a record of 2 clean sheets heading to this match?
No, I think we've got the best defense at the moment, seeing that they haven't conceded any goal. So that tells you a lot, that they are compact at that, and they will all go out there confident, knowing that we haven't conceded any goal, and so going to Manchester, then we won't want to concede the first goal. So I think that one will be a battle of wits, because Manchester want to score, and now we've got the best defense. Now that one will be like unlocking something that is very compact. So I think Manchester has a very big task making any ground on Liverpool.
Well, both Manchester United and Liverpool, of course, have a very huge task in front of them. Well, let's move on to Manchester United and, of course, Erik ten Hag. How soon should maybe Erik ten Hag try to integrate his new signings, the likes of Mazraoui, the likes of Mathis de Ligt, and, of course, the other players who was just being signed, and of course Manuel Ugarte, who was just been signed just recently from PSG. Do you think that he should take his time, or maybe he should just give them a go-ahead and make their first debuts for Manchester United against Liverpool, of course, which is a very tricky match? Your take on that?
Then this one is a tricky affair, given by the fact that Mazrui has been playing very well. Now, I like the introduction of Mazrui. He has proven it when he played against Brighton. He's a very good player. But then I think Delight hasn't found his footing right, because when you let a goal that came late in the game, a goal such that Brighton scored, it shows that at least you will have to up your game, because that ball clearly eluded the defenders, and they didn't have anything to do with that goal. So I do believe that they are missing a point, and Mazrui is one of the best at the moment. What I've seen of him is one of the best signing. So let's see how Delight will do. But then I think Ugarte should be given at least some time to look at the game, and then he may come out later in the game.
Well, Coach Maish, if I may just interject a bit, concerning the match that Manchester United conceded that late goal against Brighton, we saw that two unmarked players in the 18-box area in the dying minutes of that match. Now, where does the coach come in? Is it now the sole responsibility for the players to take, or all blame should it go to the coaches?
No, it isn't the coaches, because when it comes to the field, now I think the players are the ones that do line up, so that every spot of the field is covered. Because now, if at all a player should just stand by himself and he's in the penalty area, it defeats what you are really doing, if at all you can't mark that guy. So eventually you see, it's like you took too much concentration on the ball other than the field that you are in. So eventually you kind of see that there you have left a hole that one has to work against.
Yeah.
Because now these are striker, and he is in your box. Now, if at all he's given a ball, a throw ball, even if it is over your head, then there is somebody to mark him. So there wasn't anybody. He just had all the time to do all he can. So I think that's a mistake.
Well, the goal that Manchester United conceded against Brighton, as far as it may sound outlandish, and at the same time the goal came in with a lot of zest from the Brighton attackers, which gave, of course, Brighton the win against Manchester United. And I think that now we deviated a bit from our main cause coming this match, of course, which is Manchester United against Liverpool. Now let's go and look at the players who may have an impact coming into this match on both sides, of course, Liverpool and Manchester United. Coach Manish, the players that may decide this match maybe on a single touch, or maybe individual brilliance on both sides, Manchester United and Liverpool.
No, I'll start with Manchester United, because now more than ever, I think in defense we have got Mazrui. He's playing really good, because he is taking his time and he is giving the defenders a run for their money. So I think now more than ever, if at all Nani will meet Mazrui, then he has a very hard task to beat Mazrui.
Mohamed
Salah. So I think now with that, I think we are covered. I think Mazrui can deal with the Salah, but then tactically, you know, Salah, you can you can't predict the guy because he's very fast and he's very tricky in everything that he does. Going forward, I think Garnacho is our man and a man to watch, because every time Garnacho has a ball, you know, it's either he'll bring a very good cross or he'll just bound it to the goal. So I think Garnacho is our man, and Ahmad Traore showed that he can also play, given that during the Brighton game he won the duel very well, and I think that too is a plus. And I do believe that if at all Rashford can come out of this groove, he's a good player. I don't know what he lacks. If it is confidence he has, and if it is the skill he has, but then given that he comes in a game and you really are willing to see the best out of Rashford, and then he disappoints you. It really kills the morale of football when you see the kind of Rashford. He had a very good game, but then he is premiated, seeing that he had 20 goals the last season that we played, and now last time he had 5. Now you see that kind of guy you can't lean on him.
Marcus Rashford has been off form now for some time, and if at all he is to get back to his personal best, then it will take a lot of taking and a lot of work for him to try and get to his level best. Well, Coach Maish, now let's go and look to the formations that these teams are likely to adapt heading to this match, the kind of model that Ancelotti will be using, and of course Erik ten Hag in this coming match. And of course Erik ten Hag has been using a rather defensive 4-2-3-1 kind of formation, and Ancelotti on the other hand, I do hope that he may just continue with what Jurgen Klopp left behind, a 4-3-3 kind of formation. Now, Coach Maish, deciding these two models, we see that one is rather defensive and the other one is attacking option. Where do you think that this game is going to be won, and where is this game going to be lost, depending on the caliber of players that both teams do possess?
No, I think the best defense is to attack. And every time you look at Liverpool, you feel that they've got the urgency. They know what they are going to do in the field. So eventually you kind of see the crews that are coming there, they are always dangerous. So that's the kind of football that will bring in results, rather than you playing defensive. Mostly you kind of soak so much pressure, and eventually that pressure might give in, and you will concede a goal, just like we did the other time we played. So you are playing under pressure when you are defending, but when you are attacking, you are enjoying the game and you are taking the ball to your opponent. So I think the best defense is to attack, and that game will be won on attacking.
Well, the best way to attack, of course, is to attack, going by the words of Coach Maish, and there is nothing which comes into mind as the time that Liverpool will go and give Manchester United a run for their money, especially when Jurgen Klopp was at the helm of Liverpool at Anfield Stadium. Well, is it a little time now to introduce Manuel Ugarte, because he's a one attacking midfielder who is very good on tackles, aerial balls, and the takeaway balls that we can see in his previous clips, of course, standing out for PSG in France. Do you think that at high stakes, should now Erik ten Hag give Ugarte the chance to try and bring that understanding in that Manchester Liverpool, which has been missing in that midfield of Manchester United, rather, which has been missing for a very long time.
That link has been missing, and if I was the coach now, and the system that I have been playing haven't been working now, I would rather introduce that guy and just gamble and see how he comes out. Because now more than ever, we really need to be defensive, because eventually Ogate is good at defensive and he is good at attacking. So we kind of need such kind of a guy. So the earlier the better, because we've seen in the 2 matches that we didn't really click, even in our going forward and our defense. Because if you soak a goal or you soak 2 goals, then you have got a problem. So, and if that is the area that he was trying to address, now I think it's better off when he introduces that guy early.
Well, going by the sentiments of Coach Maish, Manuel Ugarte should be thrown in the mix immediately as soon as possible, given the urgency that Manchester United have been lacking in that centre of the park. And of course, his main partnership will be, of course, Kobe Mino. Well, Coach Maish, as we bring the show to a close, just give me your final thoughts and maybe your prediction which team is going to carry the day in this match. Of course, Liverpool against Manchester United, Super Sunday.
This